Hello, City of Perris. I'm Stephen Hale from the Clarence Muse Center in Perris, California, and this is Perris TV. For months, we have been prepping for voting day and urging residents to participate in the November election. Record numbers across the country show encouraging signs of voter participation, and we have seen the same trend in our local elections. However, official voting tallies have not been announced in many local races, and election officials continue to provide result updates. All in-person votes have been counted, but mail-in and provisional ballots are still being counted for the two Perris City Council positions. Nearly 13,000 of the 32,357 registered voters within the City of Perris have already been counted, and we expect to see that number increase. As of November 10th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, with a little more than 17,000 votes tallied, the two incumbents look to be in the lead after our latest update. The County of Riverside expects all votes to be counted by December 3rd and the state to certify the election by December 11th. We'll provide more updates on this local election in the future. And November 11th was celebrated as Veterans Day, where we stopped to honor those who have answered the call to service in the United States Armed Forces. According to the Bureau of Labor Services, in 2019, 18.8 million men and women were veterans, accounting for about 8% of the civilian non-institutional population ages 18 and over. Of all veterans, 1 in 10 were women. And for more on the origin of Veterans Day and why we honor our veterans, here's Karina Espinoza.
November 11th, Veterans Day, the national holiday honoring all servicemen and women, past, present, and future. Held on the anniversary of the end of World War I, November 11th, 1911. The holiday began as Armistice Day, a day to honor our veterans and victims of the war. A year after the First Great War ended, President Woodrow Wilson decreed all Americans should observe a moment of silence to remember the armistice and celebrate the peace. The first unknown soldier was laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery on Armistice Day 1921 and has since become a yearly tradition to place a wreath at the National Monument. Since midnight on July 2, 1937, the United States Army has maintained a 24-hour guard over the tomb of the unknown soldier. In 1926, a resolution was passed inviting all Americans to celebrate Armistice Day, and in 1938, Congress made the celebrated occasion a national legal holiday. America would go on to fight in several wars, defending democracy throughout the world and protecting our allies from the bonds of tyranny. Before long, a national outcry was heard of Americans who wanted to include all those who had served in the holiday, and not just those who fought in the Great War. In 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower legally renamed the holiday Veterans Day, honoring all veterans of all American wars for their resilience, ingenuity, and dedication to American values. This year, Veterans Day will be celebrated by Americans a little differently, with virtual and socially distanced events. But let us never forget, the importance of this day remains the same. Veterans Day is a special day each year where Americans honor all those who served in times of war and peace. But our appreciation and admiration for their sacrifice continues with every breath of freedom we take. To all those veterans who served, to you, we say thank you.
Thanks, Karina. The City of Perris is looking for continued community input on 2 local parks as they apply for the Prop 68 statewide program grant funds. After conducting 2 recent community input events, one on October 28th at the Statler Youth Center and one via Zoom during the Community Services Master Plan discussion, staff will continue to garner input from the community on these 2 new parks. The City of Perris is familiar with Prop 68 after being awarded $8.5 million in early 2020 for the Enchanted Hills Park, and hopes to have similar success for the Fossfield and Copper Creek parks. The next opportunity to provide input on these parks will be on Friday, November 13th at 3 p.m. at the drive-through event at Foss Field. Staff will be on site to offer surveys to willing participants and will also provide food giveaways for those in attendance. Social distancing practices will remain in place and masks are required. To take the Foss Field and Copper Creek surveys, click the bio on the city's Instagram account or visit www.cityofparis.org. And keeping along the same theme of surveys, our PTV team recently conducted a communication survey on our social media and online presence platforms to improve messaging from the city to our residents. The results summarize that most participants who are between 25 and 44 years of age use Instagram and Facebook as their primary means of receiving information, and most would like to hear about city events and information sooner. The results of the survey also found email and text services as a need for improved communication. We also found high numbers of trust in the information from the city, and with most participants visiting the city's Instagram and Facebook pages, we'd like to thank you for that trust. However, while the clarity of content was rated good by users, design, purpose, effective, and quantity of messaging was rated as average. Strongest recommendations for improvement were mailers, text, and email emergency notification services, and advanced notifications of city events and news. Our PTV team will continue to analyze the results of the survey and look at how we can improve communication to you, the Perris residents, moving forward. And now for a look at your 5-day forecast, here's Karina Espinoza with the weather.
Thanks, Stephen. Cool to end the week, with temperatures beginning to rise to the high 70s next week. The wind will switch direction again and start blowing out of the north and northwest. There will also be a 10% chance of showers on Saturday, so make sure you keep those umbrellas handy, just in case. Stay safe, Perris. Back to you, Stephen.
Thanks, Karina. We want to say thank you to everyone who participated in our Perris Pumpkins contest this past October. We had some amazing entries. And if you didn't get a chance to enter, we have another great opportunity. And we'd like to invite you to participate in our Christmas Deck the Walls Challenge. Show us your Christmas spirit by decorating your homes with holiday cheer. And when you're done, submit an untouched video or photo using the hashtag DeckTheWallsPerris to your social media platforms. Or just email us at socialmedia@cityofparis.org. Photos and videos must be a street view of your home, and your home must be located within Perris city limits. Submissions may include, but do not require, a brief summary explaining the design and the process of decorating your home. The winner of the Deck the Walls Challenge will receive a trophy and a $100 gift card to Home Depot, as well as some good bragging rights. The deadline to submit all entries is December 15th at 5 p.m., and the winner will be notified via email or direct message and then announced on the December 17th weekly update. And that's it for your weekly update, so don't forget to follow us on the Perris Today Facebook page, and be sure to like us on Instagram and Twitter at City of Perris, or subscribe to the Perris TV YouTube channel. From the Clarence Muse Center in Perris, California, I'm Stephen Hale, and that's the Muse.